Hey guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. Okay, today we're going to answer the question that I get all the time. Is $1,000 enough for an emergency fund? So we're going to break that down, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how you can save $1,000 fast. So the question, is it enough? Well, the truth is, not always. You're going to have emergencies that cost more than $1,000 for sure, but not always. So that's why $1,000 is your starter emergency fund. It's not your final emergency fund, it's your starter. And so with this, there's a part of me that's like, it doesn't feel like a lot, but I want that kind of urgency to motivate you to pay off debt that much faster. Like it's there to be like, yeah, is that enough to cover if you lose a job or whatever it may be? So it's like, yeah, I mean, you want that to be bulked up, but you're going to do that after you pay off debt. So if you're not familiar with the baby steps, our plan, our 7-step plan to help you get control of your money, the very first one is to save $1,000. That is number one. Then number 2 is to pay off all of your debt except for your mortgage. And then baby step 3 is to use that $1,000 emergency fund to have a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. So that baby step 1 of $1,000, it feels very lean because it kind of is, honestly. So again, let that motivation to get out of debt that much faster so you can bulk it up. But also though, a part of this is so that you get a quick win, okay? If you are someone that has been living paycheck to paycheck, maybe even you're behind on a bill or two and it's like, man, I just work, I get a paycheck, it just goes right back out and we have no money, no margin to save or to give. It's just like, oh, it just feels like it's just once the money comes in, it goes right back out and we have nothing left. When you have had that defeat for a long period of time, it almost can feel like you can't win. So by making it $1,000, making that one of the first things that you do to get on this plan, honestly is a huge motivator that you can do it. Like you can do it. Yes, $1,000 is a lot of money, but guess what? You can do it. You can get $1,000. So if the very first step to getting control of your money was to save up 3 to 6 months of expenses, it would take you forever to save that while you still have your income going right back out to payments. So getting that quick win honestly is so important. And we talk about it all the time on this show, how personal finance is 80% behavior. It's only 20% head knowledge. So it's so much of that behavior change. When you complete that first step and then go on to pay off debt, it does something to know that you can do this, that you can control your money. Anyone out there can do this. And then also, you guys, while you are paying off debt, if you have an emergency come up, pause your debt snowball. Pause it. We talk to so many people who have become debt-free, but they say it. They're like, oh, our car started leaking oil and we realized, gosh, we're gonna have to replace it and all of this. And so we had to pause it. And all the money that was going at debt, was going to save up to get another car because we got the insurance policy and to put some money with it. Or, something in the house broke. And so we had to pause, and all the money that was going to be paying off debt that month went to help fix this problem. So sometimes you're going to have to pause the debt snowball, which again is so defeating. It feels like you're going backwards, but that may be the case. And again, I don't want you to live in that $1,000 range forever, because once you're out of debt, which on average, people do it in 18 to 24 months, then you can bulk up that emergency fund. So it's not like you're having $1,000 for the rest of your life. And that's your only savings. You're gonna have a whole lot more, okay? And another reason to pause your debt snowball is not just if an emergency comes up, but if you are pregnant. So if you're expecting a baby and you're like, okay, in 9 months we're having a baby, pause and stockpile cash, because something big is coming, change is happening. And so not just to the family, but you wanna make sure that baby's okay, mom's okay. When you guys come home from the hospital and everything's good, you press play, take all that money you were saving over those 9 months and throw it at the debt. Another thing is if again, a big change is happening, so I'm gonna be laid off. Maybe your company's told you, yeah, we're gonna be doing layoffs in 6 weeks and your position's probably gonna be eliminated. Like something like that is coming, then pause and save up cash, okay? So those are some reasons to do it. But again, so much of winning with money is actually winning and getting these quick wins. So that starter emergency fund is really a hope to people out there that feel like they can never win with money. You realize, well, I can do this. So $1,000. Some people say it's a big number, some people say it's a small number, but regardless of what that is in your world, here are some ways to get it quickly. Number 1, start budgeting, okay? Always this, if you don't know where every single dollar is going in your paycheck, that means it's probably leaving in things that you don't realize it is. So once you actually do an audit of your money and say, here's exactly where our money's going every month, you can see in that, I could probably cut this here or cut that there. I didn't realize we were spending that much there. Let's cut that back. And you actually start to have a game plan and you're proactive with where your money's going versus reactive. Also, pause any other savings. That includes investing, okay? Pausing it, because we're gonna press play later. I want you to invest. But it's amazing when you're not putting money in your 401k or your Roth IRA and you pause that, that is cash back that you can get in your paycheck to save that $1,000. Also, cut expenses where you can. Anything from subscriptions and entertainment, clothes, going out to eat, things that can cost a lot that you don't realize, cut them out for a short period of time. Remember that, because later you can press play on all these things and go back to that. But for now, to get $1,000 quickly, it's gonna be cutting expenses. Also, look at all of your bills. Okay, so this is insurance, cell phone, cable, anything that you just pay consistently. Shop around, because sometimes you've been paying the same thing or they keep charging you an upcharge or an extra fee or the rate goes up and you don't realize it and it's been 3 or 4 years. Go back and see, okay, what are cheaper options? Because you can save a lot of money in just your monthly bills. Also, take a side hustle, get a side hustle, take some extra hours, work overtime, make the money coming in greater than what it is now, and you can save that $1,000 even quicker. Also, declutter your house. Sell stuff, you guys. It's amazing what you can get for things. Things are laying around your house that you haven't used, that you're not using. Sell them and get money. Also, start meal planning. This is a big one. If you are intentional with what you do at the grocery store and what you buy, you can save a lot of money by just that. Yes, groceries are high. Inflation's killing us with groceries, I know. But when you actually have a plan and you go in and buy just what you need, you can save money. You can also check out my grocery savings guide because it's amazing and it will help you work all of this as well. All right, there's some ways, you guys, to save $1,000 quickly. So share this video with a friend who's working baby step 1 right now and give them some motivation. And if you have any other tips of how to save $1,000 quickly, make sure to leave a comment. Don't forget to take control of your money and create a life you love.